Today, Cristiano Ronaldo commands a €200 million annual salary in Saudi Arabia, standing as the highest-paid athlete on Earth. But 40 years ago, his reality looked entirely different. Born on the volcanic island of Madeira, he lived in a tiny, single-room house with a tin roof. He shared that cramped space with his parents and 3 older siblings, relying on a mother who worked multiple cleaning jobs just to keep food on the table. The financial strain was so severe that his mother, Maria Dolores, actively sought to end the pregnancy. She went to a doctor for an abortion, only to change her mind at the last moment. When the boy was finally born, his father, a municipal gardener, gave him the middle name Ronaldo. He chose it to honor his favorite actor and the sitting American president at the time, Ronald Reagan. His childhood was defined by a singular, obsessive drive to master a football. By age 7, playing for a local club where his father washed the kits, coaches noticed a level of intensity and focus that was entirely abnormal for a child. Cristiano Ronaldo escaped the poverty of Madeira by consuming hardship and weaponizing it into a standard of performance others found unreachable. At 12 years old, he made the choice to leave his family and travel 1,000 kilometers alone to join the Sporting CP Academy in Lisbon. There, the city kids mercilessly bullied him every single day for his thick, rural Madeiran accent. He spent his nights crying on the phone, begging his mother to let him come home. But instead of quitting, he dragged that isolation onto the pitch, translating every insult into extra, punishing hours of solitary practice. This diagram displays the erratic heart rhythm of tachycardia. At 15, this condition threatened to end Ronaldo's career. He underwent immediate laser surgery. Astonishingly, he was back running sprints on the training ground just days after the operation. Surviving that heart failure changed how he viewed his own potential. He recognized his body as the sole mechanism for his family's survival, initiating a project to engineer his physical form to its physiological limit. When he arrived at Manchester United at 18 years old, he was electric, full of flair, and wildly inconsistent. He prioritized spectacular tricks and showboating over actual, tangible results. Then, 2 years into his English career, tragedy struck back home. His father, José Denise, died of liver and kidney failure after a long battle with alcoholism. Ronaldo was 20 years old. His manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, stepped in to fill that emotional void. He guided the young winger, protected him from an aggressive media culture, and channeled his grief directly back into his development. That protection was tested during the 2006 World Cup. After his club teammate Wayne Rooney was sent off against Portugal, cameras caught Ronaldo winking at his bench. Overnight, the British press declared him a national villain. He absorbed every headline and jeer, using that collective anger as fuel. He overhauled his diet, built massive muscle mass, and stripped the useless tricks from his game. He became a clinical, efficient forward, scoring 42 goals in a single season. Public backlash and personal loss acted as a furnace, burning away his teenage immaturity. By age 23, he had been crowned the best player on the planet. In the summer of 2009, Real Madrid broke the world transfer record, paying £80 million to bring him to Spain. He was now operating on the largest, most scrutinizing stage in global sports. But here, he encountered the one obstacle he couldn't simply outwork in a gym. Playing for a rival club was Lionel Messi, a player blessed with a quiet, effortless, and seemingly natural genius. For the next 12 years, the two men locked into a duopoly over the sport's highest individual honors. They matched each other hat trick for hat trick, inflating goal records to levels the sport had never seen before. Having Messi across the pitch forced Ronaldo into overdrive. To counter divine talent, he became the ultimate European champion, proving through 4 Champions League titles in Madrid that relentless, engineered obsession could equal pure magic. He eventually took his mission to Italy, continuing to dominate physically well into his late 30s. When critics assumed he would quietly retire, he instead moved to Saudi Arabia, securing the most lucrative athletic contract in history to keep competing. His commitment extended fully to his national team. During the 2016 European Championship final, a tackle forced him out of the game in the 25th minute. Instead of retreating to the locker room, he spent the rest of the match on the sidelines in tears, screaming tactical instructions to his teammates until they secured the trophy. This generated model visualizes his specific body composition. At 39, medical tests show he possesses a metabolic rate comparable to a 25-year-old in peak condition. He has effectively slowed the biological clock of an elite athlete. The trajectory of Cristiano Ronaldo suggests that greatness is a manufactured outcome, the result of a career spent absorbing devastation and calculating every biological variable to outpace failure.